will now fade out. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town. From the underground up we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame. We write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town. Don't forget the name.
We are here. It is the Omaha Conclave final qualifier on this final qualifier week. It is the Syndicate Poker Club playing free play poker at PokerNow.club. The game started early, so we are trying to get the last few things done here as we bring the broadcast live to you. We have 2 tables of action. We have approximately 15 players. I'm not sure exactly who all is there because we have not had a chance to double check our boards yet because we came in a little bit early. So with that, we're here, Voice of Mystery with you, the Conclave players, all vying for the top 7 spots to make the final table for next week. So there we are. What am I doing? 7 of what? I don't even know. What the hell are we doing here? We are doing the Syndicate Poker Club. Jesus Christ. The Syndicate Poker Club playing free to play poker over at PokerNow.club. The Syndicate website, syndicatepokerclub.com. Free to play live poker over at PokerNow.club. You know what? I'll just shut up about all that, and we'll try to get back into the groove of it here in a second. What we will do right now, though, is we will just dial up a table 1, and we've got a few players over at this table. The game tonight is all Omaha all night long. An Omaha mixed game with a little bit of pot limit high and pot limit 8. Also known as high-low in some circles of life, but it's pot limit Omaha 8. A little bit different. We'll break down those rules for you, thanks to Poker Cat, who has described everything for us here. And we will get that for you anyway. Here we go. Tonight's players on the starting lineup. We got Casely, we got Boss, Molly, Mary, Freakchild, Vixen, Jam, Rock and Roll. Aaron's supposed to be there. He might be over on table 2. I'm not sure. 4 King Ace Hole, Millie, and No Fold Frank. All on the top spots here tonight. We have another leaderboard on this final qualifier that could go any which way. Nobody is safe for making the final table tonight with this big group that we've got. And we will give you a breakdown of that here in just a minute. We will be live updating that leaderboard as well as our live chip stack leaderboard for the game itself here shortly. And as soon as we started at table 1, we'll give table 2 a little bit of a nod. And we'll go see who is over at table number 2. It is Aaron Ramsey. It is Vixen. It is Biggie Large. Leary Alice is in the house along with 4 King Ace Hole. All playing Omaha tonight. Currently in PLO 8 hand. Pot limit Omaha 8. 2 ways that these hands can go. They can go high. They can go low. As long as you have an 8 or better, or 8 or lower, actually. you could end up winning half of the pot by having the lowest hand without it being a straight or anything else like that. Not quite Raz for those of you that are used to or familiar with Raz. Raz, the best hand you can have, is 1, 2, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. In Omaha, PLO 8, the best low hand that you can have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we will break that all back down for you here shortly. The gambit of music is all ready to go, as usual. As our leaderboard graphics, all that. We got a new one for you. Specifically for the Omaha pot limit, or the pot limit Omaha high-low hands. You guys are going to like it. And it does not star. It does not star who I wanted it to star because it just didn't work out that way. But it does not star the glitter-eyed raccoon. So, there you go. Over here at table 2, they're going to get things going. We will give you a live look currently at what the leaderboard is on the top 10 for the series itself, flying into this Omaha Conclave mixed Omaha game. Our top 10 series leaders in this order are Vixen, Millie, Casely, Forking Ace Hole, Freak Child, Biggie Large, Aaron Ramsey. Those top 7 currently walking into this game in blue are qualified for the final table next week to earn the championship in one last game. Now, those last 3 on the bottom of that list to round out this top 10 is Molly Mary, No Fault Frank, Jam Rock and Roll. They are currently under the line of making the final table, but it is very close. And we will update this as players get knocked out live. So at the end of the game, you will see who will be playing in the final game next week for Omaha Conclave. And we have a lot going on next week for the finals game, or finals week. We've still got 3 more final championships to go. All the qualifiers will be done after this tonight, except one. We have the Weekend Warrior final game on the 16th. Or on the 16th, game number 16, I'm sorry. And table 2 here will go into a new hand. We will go back over to table 1 and see what's going on with Freak Child, Millie, Boss, No Fold Frank, Casely, and Molly Mary are all over at this table. Action flying hard now. As Boss bets it hard with 4 of a kind quads. Pocket 4 is knocking that one down for the high. And it looked like the low qualifier was not going to make it. Excellent bet there. But could not get any takers. So it could be quite possible to see a lot of 4 of a kinds in tonight's game. It does happen. I just looked at my meters and my mic is really hot tonight. Ouch. Sorry. Hey, kids. All right. Ace-6 Queen comes out. We'll explain the game to you here with a big old graphic, but the way we're going to explain it to you right now is they have to play. Everybody is dealt 4 hole cards. And then they are dealt out 3 community cards with a round of betting. Another 1 card comes out called the turn right there. That's your 5 of diamonds there. A round of betting goes around again where players can check, bet, raise, depending on what's going on. And then one more card will come out at the end here called the River. All 5 of those community cards can be used in the hand, but only 3 of them qualify for your hand. So to make the best 5-card hand, you have to use 2 from your hand and 3 from that board. And we will explain that game with the help of Mr. Poker Cat tonight. Mixed pot limit Omaha. Players are starting with 5,000 chips. The blinds are not beginning at 10.20. They're beginning at 25.50 actually. But they will be increasing every 10 minutes. Pot limit Omaha. The quick rules of how it works. 4 cards are dealt to every player. There are 2 blinds, a small blind, a big blind, just like no limit hold'em. Round of betting, just like I explained. Every player must use 2 cards from their hand and 3 from the community board. Pot limit betting, which means that you can only bet, the most you can bet is what's in the pot, and that's the number in the center of the screen. That's how many chips are being bet. And the best 5-card hand wins. Now, the lower part of that, the high-low, that's where we can start seeing some split pots with highs and lows. The low is 5 unpaired cards that are 8 or lower, starting from the 8 and going backwards. Straights and flushes don't affect your low. The best low, of course, as we just said, is ace 2, 3, 4, 5. But you could have a scoop, and if you have a scoop, that means you win both the high and the low. Some people just don't have that terminology that are new to Omaha. They don't understand that the scoop is you take the high and the low. But we'll get you all straightened out there in YouTube land. Make sure you like, subscribe, and whatever. Even though we got off to a few hiccups tonight, make sure to check out all of our past broadcasts, past championships from this past week. It's been an exciting week, and we're going to round it out tonight with the Omaha Conclave Final Qualifier, a free-to-play poker game on a free-to-play poker site called PokerNow.club, being played by the Syndicate Poker Club at syndicatepokerclub.com. Full of player stats, backstories, game stats, series leaderboards, all that good stuff. All available for the public to see for now. 2026 is coming. The 2025 season is about to wrap up. And everybody will be glad to know we have updated the leaderboard, or the player profiles. Well, here we go with Millie and Boss going head-to-head at this one as we can finally start paying attention to the games. Pair 8's on the board. A couple of clubs, a lot of spades. 400 from Millie over to Boss, who's going to call it. And believe it or not, we have a chop pot. That is a split pot. Just as we were saying, a high and a low, so that gets the chopstick, chop suey, chop pot. Of course, a true chop pot means that they both have the exact same hand. But close enough. 100 to go for everybody. We got a family pot on our hands. Millie checks it to make sure it is so. All the other action you hear is from table 2. We'll be going over there in a second. They're getting busy with a lot of chips, as you can hear. Molly, Mary, No Fold, Frank will play along in this hand. Boss, sticking with it. She will check it over to Millie. Millie currently sitting second in this series. Goes 400. And No Fold, Frank will stick around for this one. $400 to go again from Millie. Frank is thinking this one out. He goes. Millie will take it all. with a nice little pot for the taken for Millie from Down Under. I don't have a quick quirk for you tonight. I'll get there, though. So we will exit off of table 1. Let's go take a peek at table 2. What's shaking over there? Biggie large in the small blind. Vixen in the big blind at 100. Forking ace-hole. Or maybe not. Maybe we have a frozen table. I guess we will head back to table 1. There it goes. Not sure what was going on there. We've definitely found our issues with the frozen table. Apparently it was a PokerNow issue. It was not making a lot of sense there. So anyway, we're back to live action here at table 2. With an 8-7-6 on the board. That is a straight getting built up there. Also a flush getting built up there with a 6-7 of spades. 8 of clubs, but it doesn't matter. Biggie large beat everybody out of that one with a 4-5 straight to show. Going up to 400 from Leary Alice. 4 ace-8 comes out. It's rainbowed up on this Omaha hand. We are on a pot limit Omaha high. With a 3 of clubs on the river. All right, we will be back in just a second.
Sat down with a stack, feeling just right. Read the whole table like a book last night. But then a guy in Crocs and a cowboy hat called my raise with 7 dudes. Imagine that. Flop comes down, not a pair in sight. He rivered a straight, said, I just playing for the vibes, alright. Oh, all in, all night. lucky number, dude. I tipped my hat and ordered comfort food. I study GTO solvers and charts. They study cartoons and follow their hearts. One guy said oops as he showed his hand. Flopped a full house with a beer in his pants. I cried inside but I kept my cool while the guy next to me played chess with a pool noodle. All in, all night. Where donkeys dance and sharks lose fights. They hit their gut shots just for spite. I'm down to crumbs but still polite. If I go broke, at least I wrote this song. All in, all
Well, we are back with the action now. I think we've got everything sorted out with all the graphics and everything else and why the tables are lagging and freezing up. But we're back on the broadcast here as we are back on table one. The Syndicate Poker Club playing free poker at PokerNow.club. Check out the Syndicate Poker Club at SyndicatePokerClub.com. There we go. How's that? Got Molly, Mary, Boss going at this one. Freak Child just folded out with an ace-10 of clubs, 6-jack. Boss getting the straight right there on the turn. Gets everybody the hell out of there. Doesn't want to play around anymore. Makes the aggressive bet and does the right thing. You always got to do the right thing in poker, because if you do the right thing in poker, you'll always win. It's in the book. I swear to God. Read the fucking thing. It'll tell you. If you do the right thing and what you're supposed to do, you'll win every time. Oh, wait, that's what the song just told you. No, it doesn't. Oh, the wonderful world of poker where everything can... Your dreams can be dashed on one card. Just that quick. We got a 4 of clubs between Millie and Boss. With an ace of clubs out there, a 9 and another ace. Now there's a jack of hearts on the river. Millie's going to low 200. Boss, easy call on that one. Takes that one down big time. Everybody but Boss staying in this one. Boss not being a family player. Getting all snooty with her extra chips over there. Ace of spades comes out. Everybody checks it around for the free ace. Millie's not going to let the next one go for free. Freak Child goes along for the ride over to Molly. This is the table that we always have trouble with. It's Millie and Molly, and then we have some God-blessed TV show. It's Millie, it's Molly, in my throat. I should not sing. That was terrible. My throat is completely screwed up today, so if I'm sounding very radio voice, thank you. Casey Lee having a good think about this one. A lot of stuff on that board out there. You got 2 8s, a 5, a 3, and an ace of spades as the high card here. And we will have a... Wow, that was a chop pot. That was a chop pot. Don't see that happening very often. But it does happen. That was a chop pot. So Casey and Freakchild just splitting up really not a whole lot of chips there. Taking a little bit of what Millie put in the middle. Ace 4-4 on this flop. Ace 4 of hearts and a 4 of diamonds. Now a 7 of diamonds comes out. We're on pot limit Omaha hate. Pot limit Omaha 8. Jesus. Looking for a low qualifier on the table, which we've got now with 3 cards under with an 8 or lower. 8-4-7. Frank goes for 200. Freakchild to play. Nobody else wants to gamble around with that one. And there we go. There's another split chop pot. We won't even bother with the graphic on that one. That was just a high-low chopper. Omaha can always go on forever because sometimes the pots will go back, especially when it's high-low. The pots will just get split because you can also have a crappy-ass hand and still win. One of the beauty things as to why a lot of people like to try and play Omaha poker first before they even get into Hold'em, because Hold'em's a lot more, needs a lot more discipline in it, that's for sure. And we've got an 8 on the board. This one will not be a qualifier for a low hand. And Boss will take that one with the flush, the baby flush with a 5 deuce. So that will end that hand over there. Let's go see how things are going over there at table 2 and check in with our leaderboard. Boss taking a bossy lead already at 10-8. Leary Alice not far behind, 89. Freakchild sitting in 3rd currently, limping around. Vixen limping around. Millie still all above or right about their, actually right about their beginning chip stacks right now. Everybody else starting to fall down. Casely in 6th, Biggie Large in 7th, all under $4,000. No Fold Frank bringing up the bottom of the top 10. We've got 11 players tonight, so Molly Mary off the screen as the short stack currently. Blinds have gone up to 200, 400. We got 4 King Ace and Leary Alice going at it with a 6 King 8 on the flop. It's rainbowed up, which means there's 1 of every suit. Now we've got 2 spades on the board, a queen, and now another one. So there's 3 of them. There's a 4 of spades. They're just going too quick for me to call. 4 King Ace will take that one down with a pair. Just checking it down. Being checked around with Leary Alice, Biggie Large, and A.A. Ron Ramsey. And A.A. Ron will take it with 3 of a kind. Four King Ace hole, being the odd man out here, will not play. Biggie Large checked the, or sorry, Vixen checked her option. We got a 5-3 of diamonds, 10 of clubs. Now a queen of clubs comes on the turn that checks around. Leary Alice says, hell no, we're going 8. Half the pot here. And Aaron will play. Checked over to Lear. They will see a free showdown. And there's just a high card on that one, believe it or not. No straights, no flushes. No 2 pairs. No 1 pair. We're sad. So Aaron Ramsey and Leary Alice will have a replay of this one. 400 to go. Leary Alice goes with it. Ace of diamonds comes out. Possible killer right there. And 2 pair for Aaron Ramsey against Miss Leary Alice. We're back to pot limit Omaha 8 on table 2 currently. The game will change as we go back and forth between tables, so be prepared for that because the tables are not on the same schedule currently, as they are not playing at the same pace. So don't get too confused, folks. I'll call it for you. Don't worry. Everybody checking around over here at table 2. Not getting much action for anybody. And pretty much a completely free hand for 4 King Ace hole to take down there. Jack Deuce King comes out. It's rainbowed up. Leary Alice checks it over to Biggie. Now over to Vixen. Got a 10 of hearts that comes out now. A lot of slow playing going on. Vixen says enough of this. We're going to start paying for cards. And she will take that with the trip 10s. So there we are. We're about halfway through the first hour of the game here. We will take a break at the 1 hour mark. And about 2 more blind levels roughly. And Vixen taking a straight and a low on that one. Well, I guess no time. Well, that wasn't really a scoop. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. That wasn't really a scoop. $3-10 King comes out. It is clubbed up. And now we have a possibility of a royal sitting out here with the Queen of Clubs coming out with to go with the King and the 10. And Biggie Large does have the flush. There was the ace. And no, that was the 10 of spades up there with Aaron. So, no, nobody had the royal out there. I don't think we had. I think we were missing the one card for it. Just was not going to come. King 10-3 comes out. King 10 diamond, 3 of hearts. And that will just end that hand right there. With the aggressive play. Actually, we'll go right back there because that is quite the flop. Let's see what happens here. 5-5 deuce comes out. 5 deuce of clubs and a 5 of diamonds. 1,600 to go from Leary Alice. Vixen will play along. Another deuce comes out. We have a paired board. Which really doesn't do much good in the world of Omaha. Ace of clubs comes out. There you go. There's your 3 of a kind with the trip 5s. For Leary Alice taking that one down. $4-9-6 comes out. 2 clubs, 4-9 clubs, 6 of hearts. $1,200 to go, says Vixen. Betting big, betting the pot. Betting more than half the stack there that she has left. Leary Alice thought that one through for quite a bit. Decides to go with it. Biggie Large will duck out. Now we've got an ace of clubs that comes. We've clubbed up this board. And there's a freebie 8 of hearts on this river. 36 to go, Leary Alice. and that will drop Vixen down to 787 after having to surrender that pot away. So that'll change our leaderboard up for sure now. Boss still sitting up at the top there, only down to 9,200 now. And Casey, well, I guess we'll just do that live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Anybody remember that one, that day, that night, whatever that was? What was that? Was he on Current Affair? Bill O'Reilly? Fuck it. We'll do it live. Casey ends up taking the lead over Boss by just a few hundred chips there, but grabs a big pot over at the other table. So Casey rounding up in first now. Larry Alice just jumped into second, just a little bit over Boss. So ladies taking the rule here at the Omaha Conclave so far. And they're, as you can see, they're just shifting chips back and forth currently because it is that close on that. So we won't even look at that right now because there's just too much to be able to say what's going on. Because everybody's moving up and down and back and forth. They're doing the Willy Wonka glass elevator. And Aaron will take that one and continue on in the game. Let's head back over to table one, see what's going on over there with Queen 9 Jack on the board. It's rainbowed up. Millie goes 400. Freakchild will call it. Everybody else is ducking out. Another diamond comes out. It's a 4. Freakchild raises it up. But Millie goes all in. And Millie catching the straight there. Beating out Freakchild's 2 pair. Queens over Jacks. So that will give Freakchild a big knocker on the side of the noggin. As the blinds go up to 300, 600 on this 11-player game of the Omaha Conclave final qualifier. Millie will call around. Freakchild gets out of the way. We did not need to bring that graphic up quite yet. We were just queuing it up. Oops. Ace 4 of hearts. 6 of clubs on this flop. Frankie goes half the pot at 900. Boss will play along on this one. Millie gets out. Another heart comes on the turn. And we will go off to another hand. While they do that, let's just remind everybody, this is the live leaderboard for the series. This is going to be the top 7 who will qualify for the final table that happens next week for the final 7 to crown the champion of the Omaha Conclave. Everybody's played 8. Well, not everybody's played 8 games, but there's been 8 games in the series, counting tonight's game. Names in blue will be making it to the final table. Names in red just shy of making it. No updates on that yet as nobody has been knocked out. So as players get knocked out or whichever, things could change. As players get knocked out and other players survive, not everybody is safe to make the final table. So this will determine the final table for next week. Freakchild going all in. 3 of a kind kings. Almost like a boat. And there's a flush for Boss. And the flush will take it. The 3 of a kinds do not hold. Boss gets the flush on the turn. And Freakchild will be the first one out in 11th place, only earning 1 point for the game. And not really changing a leaderboard status there whatsoever, really. Just the 1 point did not, whoop. We're double clicking shit now, apparently, without double clicking it. So that will actually, depending on how things go, put the Freak Child possibly in harm's way of not making the final table, as he is only sitting in 5th right now. So we'll see what happens there. More clubs on the board. Clubs are hot over here at table 1. Molly Mary, Casely, no fold Frank going with this, going at this. Millie will take that one. And there we are. So what we will do is we will play a song. It's called Beat Around the Bush. No, I'm just kidding. Beat Around the Bush by Two Girls in One Cup. Here we go. More stories of the Syndicate. Live right here on the YouTube channel for the Syndicate Poker Club. SyndicatePokerClub.com. Playing live, free to play poker at PokerNow.club.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a wild new crew that started on a gaming trip with chaos breaking through. Freak Child was the fearless lead, 4 game brought the style. Vixen's moves were sharp and smooth, they played for quite a while. The weather started getting rough, the server lost its chill. If not for the code of the Syndicate, they crash against their will. Syndicate Island, they were born in the game. Built this world from code and grit. Will you roll with us? You just can't quit. Legends rise and no one
story of Syndicate Island. Another song from the original tracks written by the Syndicate Poker Club. Check it out at syndicatepoker.bandcamp.com, along with all of their goofy fun songs as well. And theme music from all the different series that have run over the course of the last 8 months. Over here at table 2, we got Four King Ace Hole and Vixen. Vixen with the pair of aces sitting back there with her 4 cards. So Vixen will be fighting back strong, and I mean big time, after being on the ropes like nobody's business. Four King Ace Hole all in. Both players grabbing a pair on the... And there's your flush on the river for Leary Alice, who will take a few extra chips there. So that will knock Four King Ace Hole out as well. All of the men are going down tonight. Quickly. And that will leave us currently with Vixen now leading after being on the short stack. Boss right behind that. Molly Mary now down in third at 73. 69.51 for Leary Alice. Casely at 59, almost 6 grand. Aaron and Frank and Biggie Large just moved around. Millie just dropped down to 8th there. So right now, No Fold Frank is the short stack at 26.50. And Millie just dropped down to the short stack as No Fold Frank jumps up with these pots getting humongous and very quick and very odd. But then again, we do have 400, 800 blinds. $10-5 King comes out on this flop. And Biggie Large will be taking that one. Queen of Hearts, Ace of Spades, Jack of Diamonds here. Vixen bets over to Leary Alice at 800. As we are still at 2 tables of action with 9 players left. We will be scooting down to 1 table here should there be a elimination at any time soon. 6-3 Queen comes out on this flop. 800 from Vixen. Aaron's out, and Leary Alice will play along. 8 of Spades comes. Vixen betting the 800 to Leary Alice, who's having to think about this one. And Leary Alice will fold out. So let's take a peek at our leaderboard for the Omaha Conclave for the series for final table qualifiers. So with Four King Ace Hole getting knocked out already, Molly Mary, No Fold Frank, Jam Rock and Roll all still in the game. Or I'm sorry, Jam Rock and Roll is not in this game. So Jam Rock and Roll is not in this game. Jam Rock and Roll will not make that, even though he's sitting there in 10th place right now. So Pardon me. We know that that one person will not be making it. However, No Fold Frank and Molly Mary are still within striking distance of making the final table. Now, Aaron Biggie could end up getting knocked off the table. Freak Child could end up getting knocked off the table. So that's where we are sitting right now. Top 7 players in blue, as it stands at the moment, are ready to go to the final table. But this game is not over. And we still have players who are just below that line that are still playing that could end up sneaking through. So we will see what will happen with our, basically, with our bottom 3 and top 2 between the blue and the red there, as far as Freak Child through Aaron, and then Molly and No Fold Frank possibly making it onto the final table. 800, 1600 now, says Vixen. Aaron will go with it. That'll put a good dent in his stack to play along. 877 comes on this flop. 8-7 of hearts, a 7 of diamonds. Now another 8. 2 pair on the flop, but that doesn't mean shit. And a 3 of clubs comes out on this PLO 8 hand. And that will be a chop pot, split pot right there, with a high and a low. Leary Alice and Vixen going at it again. Queen, King, 8. 1,000 to go, says Vixen. And Leary Alice will not play along with that one. Table 1. No Fold Frank's getting a little bit aggressive here. 1,600 to go with half a pot bet there. 2-4. 2-4 spades. Doesn't matter. Hims is out of there. Speaking of No Fold Frank, look at who we've got ready on the player profile. 5-card Omaha is his game. Also known as Mitt, a seasoned Mitt player is what Mr. No Fold Frank is. He's won 6 series games with the Syndicate so far in all of the series that he's been able to play in, joining halfway through the 2025 season. Syndicate overall currently sitting 15th and hails out of Galveston, Texas. He's a mid-something as far as age. Millie, No Fold Frank, we'll split that one up a little bit there. So that one's chop suey chop pot. As Millie holds on to just barely enough to stay alive and keep her seat. As Frank was not able to scoop that one up. Still haven't had a chance. We could have used it on Vixen's hand, but it wasn't a true scoop. 6-5 of hearts, King of diamonds comes. No Fold Frank checks it over to Boss. Boss checks it for a pair of 5s on the board now. Now we got 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, now a 9. On a PLO 8 hand, this one will not qualify for a low, so we know either can only be a high. No Fold Frank says he's got it. Boss calls it. Frank has the straight with the 7-8 completing it out. Millie is all in. We just lost Aaron Ramsey over at table 2. So everybody will be joining in over here. We did not get a chance to see that one, unfortunately. So we are down to 1 table. This is it. And that will give Ron, some points there on the board. We'll see what happens with Miss Millie here, who is all in, blind on the pre-flop. Or all in blind on the blind, whatever. I can't speak English tonight. 10 of clubs comes out. And we'll see how Millie survives here. With Casely and Boss going here. Boss saying no customary, check it down. Casely will fold it out. Boss with the straight will take that one down. And Millie will make an exit out of this game in 8th place. So Aaron goes out in 9th. Millie goes out in 8th. So that will change our leaderboard up just a teeny tiny tad. As far as the series is concerned. As soon as this hand is over, we will take a peek at that. 3 spades on the board, a 6, an ace, and a 10. We've got an 8 of diamonds. We're still on a PLO 8. So 8s or lower. Not 8s or lower. An 8 or lower. Aces are high and low in Omaha, just as they are in No Limit Hold'em. And Leary Alice will take that one down. Poker Cat, what do we got going on over here with the top 10 series leaders? Millie moves up to first, but Vixen is still in the game, so she's moved up there, but Vixen still playing will reclaim that first place spot. That moves Casely to third, or wasn't third. I think nothing has changed here yet. No, not much. Other than Millie moved up, Millie being knocked out, 4 King Ace hole being knocked out does not change too much of anything. So our board still stays the same, and there is nothing new there. So there we are. We are on a break, and with that, we will be back in just a few minutes. And enjoy finding out how you too can make some hot chocolate.
Is about to drop. So let's get ready to whip up Freak Child's fucking hot chocolate first. Get yourself 3 cups of cow's udder juice, warming it gently in a pot. Now add 1 cup of overpriced white chocolate and let that expensive shit melt into the udder juice. It will create a velvety texture that dances in your mouth like a baby giraffe. For some idiotic reason, a splash of vanilla adds something. It makes no sense to have vanilla extract in chocolate, but perhaps it's just to make it feel like a warm hug on a cold day. Who knows? The world is a fucking contradiction of itself anyways. Next comes the test of your sanity. Swirl in some blue food coloring for that signature Freak Child touch. As you stir, watch as the vibrant color transforms the mixture into a drink that only the insane could think of. Serve it up in your favorite mug, and grab the whipped cream from the bedroom and put some of that on top. If you're feeling as fruity as the Freak Child, you can sprinkle edible glitter for that extra pizzazz. Now don't forget, The Calamity of Christmas releases on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, just in time to annoy your family at Thanksgiving dinner.
And we are back from that little quick commercial break. That's right, you too can make Freak Child's hot chocolate. It's blue. And it's good, and it's creamy smooth. Anyway, we are back with the Syndicate Poker Club playing free poker at PokerNow.club. The Omaha Conclave. Game number 8, the final qualifier. We are down to our top 7 of this game. Got Leary Alice, Vixen, Biggie Large, Molly Mary, Casely, No Fault Frank, and Boss. If I didn't already say just Boss, didn't I just say the Boss? I think I just did anyway. But that's where we're all sitting right now with who's still playing. For those of you just joining in, tonight's game is a mixed Omaha game. Mixed pot limit Omaha. Players started with 5,000 in chips. The blinds actually started at 2,550. Pot limit Omaha. The quick rules. You get 4 cards dealt to you. You must use 2 of your cards with 3 from that community board that you'll see out there. You must use 2. You must use 3. You cannot do like you do in No Limit Texas Hold'em where you can use 1 and 4 or the whole board. The most you can bet to any pot is the pot limit, which is what's up in the center of the screen. And the best 5-card hand wins out of the pot limit high. Now, when we play pot limit Omaha high-low, you can have split pots with a high and a low. Where the best low cards you can have is an ace 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter. They cannot be paired, but it can be an ace 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be a straight. It can be a flush. It doesn't matter. It's nothing like Raz. For those of you that are used to playing Raz, which is a low game, the best hand you can have in Raz is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, all off suit, or at least not flushed. So there you are. Leary, Alice, and Vixen heading into this as we return from the break. Five, 9, ace comes out. It's rainbowed up. Leary Alice has first action here. Vixen fighting back hard. Down on the ropes, under 1,000 chips, has now come back to be the chip lead for this game. The ladies have taken over the Omaha Conclave, by the way. Our top 3 pretty much for the entire series has been Vixen, Millie, and Casely. Almost the entire series here. 3,000 to go, says Vixen over to Leary Alice. 2 diamonds on the board. We got a queen of spades that comes out on the river. And they check it down. And 2 pair will take that one down for a 12 grand chip pot. To Vixen, the rich begin to get richer again. Blinds at 500, 1,000 as we return from the break. Five deuce king jack is worth 1,000, says Boss, but Biggie Large says no, it's not. I'm going back to the dollar store, damn it, and posts his 500 small blind chips. Everybody's sticking around except for Boss. Vixen heading out the door. Boss not, or sorry, Biggie Large not doing whatever the hell that is called, limping in. 10-8 of diamonds, a king of clubs. Casely going all in. Betting would have been a pot bet, but I believe that's all, folks. Molly Mary up to call for 25.75 from Casely's all in. With a king of clubs, 10-8 of Jesus, diamonds. And Molly Mary will fold that one out. Casely will take that one down with no showdown. And stay alive, nearly doubling up there. Syndicate Shadow Creeper in the background. He is talking to his water. Ace 3-5. Rainbowed out with an ace of hearts, 3 of spades, 5 of clubs. Boss with the 2 bet on the 2 pair. Ace is over. Casely not going to have any of that either. Got ourselves a Jack 7 of spades, 10 of hearts. Frank bets on that. Just a pair sitting there. Leary Ellis on the all-in here. Possible triple up for Leary Ellis. 2 5s on the board with a queen of diamonds and a 3 of clubs to go with that. Otherwise, the whole board was rainbowed. Another diamond, it's an 8. Boss will take the 2 pair, and Leary Ellis will exit the game in 7th place, adding only 5 points to the leaderboard points there, and just moves up 1 spot there. So Leary Ellis not making the final table, still staying within the outside of the top 10 there. 2-2 king comes out, king deuce of clubs, deuce of hearts, now a 4 of diamonds on a PLO high hand, so ain't no low gonna happen here. Once again, another 2 pair on the board that doesn't mean shit. $11,647 all in Vixen. Virtual pot bet here. Boss will not go. 3 of a kind for Boss. Vixen does not show. Keeps it secret. Vixen taking a commanding lead. Such a commanding lead to the point that she is almost tripled up over the 2nd place no-fold Frank. While the rest of the field is pretty much sitting back even from the start of the game, except for Biggie, who's got about half of what he started with. Biggie and Molly Mary going for this one. Queen 7-6, rainbow. 1,000 to go. Biggie Large going all in pre-flop here for an extra $650 over the blind. And this could be a race here. 2 pair versus a pair right now. Ace is over. And there's flush to finish it out just to make things 100% certain on the river. Biggie Large gets the flush, staying alive. Got a little something new for you guys to listen to. A little something called What's It Gonna Take from a Certain Urgency.
What's it gonna take?
Well, we've got a situation on our hands here. Boss not going. Biggie Large not going. No Fold Frank trying to get some action going there. Everybody getting a little squirrely, holding on to things for a minute. Looking for that next big move, as anything can happen in a PLO 8. No Fold Frank, Biggie Large going at this one. Biggie Large making another move with another club on the turn, so that will club up the board. Possible straight sitting out there, flush sitting out there, but who knows? Here we go. And there's straight flush. It's DRT right there. And unfortunately, there was no low with that, but that would have been a scoop if there were. No Fold Frank with a huge hand with the straight flush, damn near royal. So Biggie Large will exit out. And we will update the leaderboard and give you a look at that here in a minute. $28.75. Casely's all in. That puts Boss all in with the call. And Molly Mary will play along, so this is going to be a huge hand here. We could have a scoop. We could have a whole lot of shit go on. What's going to happen? And it comes down all the way to the end. Molly Mary takes out 2. And with that, we have a scoop. Molly Mary will take out 2, and that will leave us with 3 to go. As we will get the leaderboard updated yet again. Because we didn't even get to give you the update with our last elimination there, so we'll do that. Vixen still with a bit of a commanding lead over the 2 other players right now. Ace 3-4 on this flop. All 3 players staying in. Another ace comes on the turn. 36 to go, says Vixen. And they, other 2 players, Molly Mary and No Fold Frank, will pop out of there. Just real quick, here's your top 10 your series top 10 leaders. Millie's still sitting in first, but that will change. Vixen's still in the game. Biggie Large is out. Forking Asola is out. Freak Child is out. Aaron Ramsey also out. Molly Mary still in the game. No Fold Frank still in the game. Boss just went out. Moved up a little bit to make that top 10. But the way things are sitting, the ones that were sitting in the final table at the beginning of the game may not happen here. So we'll see what happens here. Millie Casely, Biggie, probably pretty safe here. But Four King Ace, Hole, Freak Child, and Aaron Ramsey, not so much. Ace, Queen 7 comes out on this flop of a pot limit Omaha high hand. Best 5 cards win here only. Frank will take that one. Molly Mary taking that with no effort. Blinds are at 600, 1200. Force blinds, pre-flop, pre-deal. Called blind bets because they have to be put out there without knowing what your cards will be. Similar to an ante. Some people call it an ante, but an ante is different. Everybody plays an ante. A blind bet is something that is played by only 1 or 2 players. However, in some poker games, they allow straddling, which means the person to the left of the big blind can put double the big blind in, blind, called a straddle. But you can only do it if you're under the gun. Molly Mary taking a few extra chips there. As everybody looking for their calculated last final move here, I think is what's going to happen. Deuce Deuce 4 comes out. We're back to PLO 8. 8 or lower. 5 lowest cards. 36 to go from Vixen. Molly Mary making the raise to go all in. It's about another $7 grandish to Vixen here, which could take a huge dent. Either way, it's going to. And Vixen will fold that one out. Molly Mary with the deuce 5, trip deuces. On the way to a wheel. Frank getting some chips donated back over to him. Frank actually the chip lead, even after all that. Vixen, Molly Mary kind of bouncing back and forth between the second and third spots. 9 deuces spades. King of clubs comes out. Vixen goes 12. Molly Mary says no. Pair of queens on Vixen's hand. Ace, king of clubs, a 4 diamonds worth 24, and they will both play it. Another diamond comes out on a PLO 8 hand. We have a qualifying board. 35 to go, says Frank. Molly plays along. Another 4 to pair up the board. It's only a spade. Frank goes. Molly calls. And that's just going to be a split pot there between the high and the low. Nothing exciting to put a graphic up for that. I was hoping to put up the scoop at least one more time this game. 5-7 of diamonds. Ace of spades comes up. Nine of clubs comes on the turn. No fold Frank in the action. 1200 to go. Over to Vixen, who calls it. Jack of diamonds. Over to no fold Frank. And that is a chop pot right there. That is a chop pot. As they will split up the low on that one Almost a scoop. Just short. I don't get to use the new graphics ever. God bless it. No, we did get one scoop. We'll get another one. We still got a few hands of PLO 8 left in this round. Blinds will be popping back up again here after this hand to 700, 1400. The deuce of diamonds comes up. And two pair for Molly Mary, queens and deuces. Blinds are now officially up. 700 more to go for Frank. Vixen on the option. We'll check it. We will see the flop. Ace, 3 of clubs, 10 of diamonds. They check for a free card. It's a deuce of spades. Hey, but they got lucky and got a free queen of spades on the river. 14 to go, says Vixen. And that'll be a split pot again. Whole lot of non-excitement. By the way, I saw something really stupid on YouTube. Imagine that shit, huh? Pair jacks, an ace, and a king. I swear to God, these people on these do-it-yourself videos just have no idea. Either they have no idea what they're making things of, or they really do make things out of butt plugs for shock value. No fold Frank on the option. We'll check it. 5 of clubs, 4, 6 of hearts. 3 of diamonds. Yeah, I want to put a butt plug on my drawer as a drawer pull for my dresser. It's in the top drawer. Oh, here. No fold Frank will have the mid straight there. And take away some more chips. Now, Frank with nearly with the actual double chip lead over Molly Mary, who's sitting in second now currently. Ace, king of spades, 2 of clubs. And it does look like with the 3 of these guys battling this one out, we are going to have some massive changes on what that final leaderboard is going to end up being for the final 7 to make the final table. Just another peek at it for you all real quick. This is live right now where everybody stands. 4 king ace, old freak child Aaron Ramsey. All in danger of not making the final table. No fold Frank adding to some more chips to his stack of invisible free chips on free-to-play poker over here at PokerNow.club, the Syndicate Poker Club, playing free poker. Check out syndicatepokerclub.com for player profiles, how to join, game stats, series names, and the exciting Ascendancy series coming up soon. Oops, we were not going to trigger that yet, but there you go. The Ascendancy 2025, starting in December, the final tournament of the Syndicate for 2025 season. 21 games, 21 days. 1 game every day for 21 days. And everybody will be lumped into one leaderboard altogether, regardless of which day they play. So it is a syndicate-wide tournament for everybody. Roughly about almost just shy of 30 players on the full roster. And here we go with a new hand. 700 to go for Frank. Jack 5-10, Jack 10 of spade, clubs, and yeah, whatever that. A 5 of hearts. Now a 9 of hearts comes on the turn. 1,400 to go, says Frank. Over to Vixen. Molly Mary gets the hell out of the way. Another club comes out. As we get started on some more PLO 8. And big hand there for Mr. No Fold Frank. Who hits things up? Vixen. Actually, this is not updated. She does not have her new badge up there on her player profile here. Hails out of North Carolina, currently Syndicate overall, 9th place. Not only did she just win the face-off series just not long ago, she just took down the Crucible on Thursday. Vixen all in here, and Vixen will scoop it. Speaking of Vixen, it's another scoop. So Vixen staying alive. Two, 3, 4 on the board. 2, 3 of diamonds. 4 of spades. But yeah, Vixen has won 6 series games. And won the Syndicate face-off, but also won the Syndicate Crucible series final table last week. The first final table of the fall season. Vixen all in again. Takes the boat, but does not have these low. So that will just be a split pot there. Six, 10 spades, 9 hearts. And a free 7 of spades on the, whatever the fuck that is. I'm just going to quit speaking English. I'm just going to speak babble, and everybody should already learn that by now. More coffee. Molly Mary adding some more chips. Big, No Fold Frank. Not Biggie Large. His name is No Fold Frank, who does not live up to his name again. Because he's been doing a lot more folding as of recent. Oh, see, now we call him out and he raises. See how that works? Jesus. 1,400 to go to Frank. He will call. And we will see a family pot on this one as Molly checks the option. Jack 10-4, all rainbowed up here, as we're still in the last hand of Pot Limit Omaha 8 on this go-around for 8 hands. Ace of clubs comes. Frank says it's worth 2,100. Vixen will head to the checkout stand with 21. Molly Mary not going shopping. And there you go. That is a almost scoop, but it's actually chop suey chop pot on the low, as they will match the low together and chop that one up beyond the whole split pot. Jack of clubs, king 3 of diamonds. Molly Mary going hard. Vixen getting real short stacked here as the blinds are starting to dwindle her stack down. Jack 10-10 on this flop. Players check it out for another club. It's a 4 and a deca. It is another 10. We have trip tens. $13.94 all in for Vixen, who has the 3 of a kind with the kickers. So Vixen will take that one. Add some more chips back for a little bit of padding. Either looking for a soft landing or to catch a breeze, headed back up into the clouds. We'll see what happens. She already did it once this game. Could happen again. 9-5 hearts. Queen of spades. Now a jack of clubs on the turn. Vixen going all in again. Just a pair. 3 of a kind. 2 pair for no fold Frank. And that will hold with the trip queens on the river with the bookend. So Vixen doubling up again. Trying to give everybody a heart attack, apparently. Jack of diamonds comes out. $16 to go, says Vixen. Molly Mary now raising it up to go all in. And that will not work for Vixen. Blinds are up to 800, 1600. As we head to the 90-minute mark on this game. One of our faster games for the field that we had tonight. Lots of royalty there on Molly Mary's hand that she was holding on to. Ten ace of diamonds, 5 of hearts comes out on yet another flop. That's not what we wanted to play. We wanted to play the extension. There we go. Good boy. Good boy there, Mr. Sound Guy. Thank you. Okay. We're back in the action. 1600 to go. As Frank will check the option. Jack deuce 3. We got 2 clubs now, an ace and a 3 of clubs. 7 of clubs comes out as they get their cards for free. And that will be a split pot, high and low. Ace, king, 4. And here we go. Vixen all in with 3 of a kind versus just a pair. And there we have it. There's another scooper. So Vixen still staying alive. Ace, 9 of hearts, 10 of diamonds, 4 of clubs. 9 of diamonds comes on the river. 32 to go. Frank says, no thank you. Not worth it. Vixen just calls the big blind. Molly Mary will limp back in for the rest. $4,000 to go total for no fold Frank, he says. Says if we're going to play, let's finish it up. 839 comes out on this PLO 8 hand. 8 or lower for the low hand. Vixen with just a high card. And a pair for no fold Frank. Vixen qualifying the low here. So we will have a chop split pot there. With a high and a low. Vixen currently in talks with the people over at Guinness World Records for longest amount of time as the short stack and surviving. High card for No Fold Frank. 2 pair here for Vixen. But we will split that one back up again. So Vixen getting to share a little bit of Molly Mary's blind on that one. $10-5 Jack comes out. And Vixen will live to see another hand again. Molly Mary playing it cautious, just checking apparently. Actually, I don't know. That was just the play. Frank trying to get some action. It ain't coming. Did I just say that? Jack 4 clubs and a 3 of diamonds. It's a club of kings. Jesus, starting to sound like the Discord people. I got a king of 4s. Vixen will play along. All spaded here. Royalish. 12. Molly Mary does not call. Vixen will take that back. Ace, Jack, King. Here we go again. Vixen going for it. Did flop the straight. Just 2 pair for No Fold Frank. And Frank will pull the full house off the river. And that will end the game for Vixen in 3rd place. So Vixen will solidify her place at the final table for next week's Omaha Conclave final table, as she was already up in the top 3. But will end up ending the qualifiers in 1st place. Millie will end in 2nd. And now we have Molly Mary and No Fold Frank, the two that are just below the line. And we will have to see where they finish as to whether they will move up and pop onto the board or just be short. As we take a look at the actual live leaderboard of qualifiers currently, Molly Mary, No Fold Frank right there at the edge, with Freakchild and Aaron Ramsey in the danger zone. So depending on the finish of these 2 players could determine whether or not that happens or not. But we shall find out, as Molly Mary will take a huge pot to stay alive. Well, at least hangs on to about where she was at to begin with. Takes a few chips off of Frankie there. 5-3 Jack. Jack 3 of hearts. Now we have a Jack 7 of hearts with an Ace of clubs. 9 of spades comes out. Back to PL08. We're blasting through those high hands pretty quick. Pair of fours on the board with a queen. Now a 10 of diamonds comes out to be diamond up the queen and the 10. Molly will get out of the way of that bet from Frank. Nine, queen, king. It is rainbowed up. Six of diamonds comes out on that turn. Molly Mary liked it enough to bet into it. Molly Mary going with that. 900, 1800 on the blinds, getting steeper again. And they will be up another 100, 200 here on the next blind level, which will put us at 1,000, 2,000. So we will start seeing chips probably shift one direction or the other as they are starting to even up a little bit here. King 10 of diamonds, ace 9 of clubs is good for Molly Mary to take that one down with no showdown. Eight, nine, king. Nine, king of hearts. 8 of diamonds. And Frank will take that with 2 pair. Continuing to keep Molly Mary at bay. Eight, 6, 7 comes out. 6, 7 of clubs. 8 of spades. No fold Frank going for 36 on a pot bet. Molly will not play along. This is why they pre-record poker, by the way, for TV. This is why final tables are always more exciting on TV than they are in real life. Just FYI for all of our viewers out there. Like and subscribe. And that will be a split pot with a high and a low. So no chip shifting there. And Frank going big. Molly Mary going all in. 3 of a kind. And that will do it with No Fold Frank taking first place in Game 8 of the Syndicate's Omaha Conclave final qualifier. So after 8 games of mixed Omaha action, we have a leaderboard and we have a final table. But we have to make a small adjustment before we make that announcement. And we're just going to do this because it's easier to do that. And there we go. Now we'll just save that as is, and then we will make the other adjustments because I know everybody's waiting to see, did they make it? Who made it? Somebody made it. And here's how it all came down. Do we have the right one? Okay, we have the right graphic up now and ready to go. Here you go, folks. Here is your final table with your series top 10 leaders. Vixen ended in first. Millie ended in second. Casely in third. Biggie Large in fourth. Molly Mary made her way up and will end up on the final table in fifth. Forking Ace Hole will be in sixth. No Fold Frank, check this out, sneaked in to the final table, tying Freak Child for total points in the Omaha Conclave. But the deciding factor here was that Freak Child had 8 games. No Fold Frank only had 6. So Frank had 8 average points per game, where Freak Child only had 6. So that's how Freak Child gets dropped out of there. Had it been the other way around, No Fold Frank would have not made it. Molly Mary still would have. So Molly Mary was actually going to make it. We just didn't want to divulge that information live on the stream. But there you go. There's your top 10 and your top 7. These will be your top players in next week's Omaha Conclave final table. Same bat time, same bat channel. Make sure to like, subscribe. Know when we have these games scheduled for live stream. Otherwise, check out syndicatepokerclub.com, where that graphic didn't want to come up. syndicatepokerclub.com. Check out all the series, everything, all the leaderboards, points, all the good stuff. It's all there, including more links to all the live streams. So until Monday, if y'all are still out there, our upcoming broadcasting schedule: Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Dominion Final. Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, the Accord Final Table. Wednesday, we're back with Chase and finding him somewhere, that glitter-eyed kleptomaniac fruitcake. Thursday will be to be announced as the Axe. May or may not be broadcast. And then Friday, Saturday, 1 a.m. Be right back here for the Conclave Final Table on Finals Week. So there you have it, folks. Check us out, the Syndicate Poker Club, at syndicatepokerclub.com.